Hello and welcome to another update video about Bonk. Yeah, Bonk seems to be working on this impulse to the upside still. In yesterday's update, I highlighted to you that the additional extension that we observed is likely wave 5, still part of an unfolding third wave. So that means we haven't got 5 waves up yet, okay? To really confirm an impulsive reversal here, and that wave 4 has bottomed in our support zone, we need to see one more high. All right. So we have a wave 1, we have a wave 2, and then this is the third, which consists of 5 micro structure waves in there within that third wave. And then this could now be the fourth, and we can get one more high. Basically, this would be the next level of confirmation that wave 4, the larger degree wave 4, bottomed here on the 13th of April. So that's sort of what we need to see to get additional evidence from an analysis point of view that wave 4 has bottomed. And we can now look at this fifth wave rally potentially to come in. But again, from this 5-wave pattern, the highest probability element is likely done because that's typically the third wave. And we're now looking maybe at one more high. To really get that one more high in this pattern, the price needs to hold here 17721. To be honest, ideally it doesn't even break below 194068, which would be needed to call it an impulse. So when we look at the micro structure, this here ideally was just the small A wave down. We get a B wave and then a C wave down. So like that, okay? This is what would need to happen. Just basically avoiding a break below 194068. If that happens, okay, it could still be a leading diagonal, but it would get even more ambiguous. To really call it an impulse, it needs to hold that 50% retracement. And then one more high is possible. In yesterday's video, I shared with you that we have the next resistance level here, and that this might be where it gets rejected, which it did, to drop back into support. I already gave you that support area yesterday, actually. And if one more high forms, maybe that fifth wave could reach the next key resistance. Maybe not quite. I mean, that would be a long fifth wave, but somewhere between here, these two levels. One of them is the 295240 level, the other one 368230. Somewhere in there, it would be a target area for wave 5 of 1. But again, I gave you the key level that needs to hold, which distinguishes between bullish and bearish momentum. I would say we've got the 50% retracement level here. That's really the key level. And then we have an additional buffer zone in case it wants to form a diagonal. But below that level, I would have to assume that it topped in wave B in white. So it remains a bit ambiguous if this is part of yellow or white count. The white count suggests another low is likely, but it's attempting that reversal actually, and it's doing it in an impulsive way, just hasn't fulfilled a complete impulse. So whenever I can count a correction complete, which is here, I do it, and then I call it complete or count it complete. Don't make a call here because we haven't got the 5 waves up yet. So if we get 5 waves up, I can say, okay, we bottomed here. Now we're looking for the next pullback in wave 2, which would be the next tradable setup really, after we already bottomed in the orange support region here. And let me just shift that over. So that means I can only add the next, let's say, reliable support region once we have 5 waves completed. This here, yeah, I mean, you might want to use that for scalping if you're doing that, but this is not a reliable support region because coins tend to break after 3 waves. Still though, I'm inclined to focus on the upside as long as we're holding above that support area, especially as long as we're holding above the 50% retracement. So regardless of whether we've bottomed already here on the 13th of April, or whether we form another low in this support region, this structure overall, yeah, so either we've bottomed or one more low, is still bullish against the lower support region and would imply a rally to at least the 38.2 extension up there at 730239. So that's why this orange support region, the lower one, is and was quite interesting for anybody who was looking for potential entries. That's why the boxes are on the chart. But essentially you have to choose where you want to find an entry. I typically say, okay, it might be reasonable to use the support zones for scaling in, especially the main ones. The micro ones are obviously a bit less reliable, but the main ones, if you're trading the range, for example, they can be very useful. And then, yeah, I mean, that's where reward and risk is typically favorable. That's my update about Bonk. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.